Alright, today we are going to study chapter 17, Society, Laws and Ethics. This chapter is a little bit big and dividing into number of lectures, and today will be the first lecture, which is related to IPR and plagiarism. Okay, plagiarism. Have you ever heard about the word plagiarism before?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay,
No,
good.
sir.
Some of you have already heard and some of you haven't. So anyway, we are going to study in details. Don't worry. So first of all, let us study what is IPR. IPR means intellectual property rights. Okay, intellectual property rights are the rights of the owner of information to decide how much information is to be exchanged, shared, or distributed. Okay, so we are living in a technology age or computer age, and lots of files like photos, videos, etc. are shared through online. So those things, it may be photographs or it may be design or it may be a software or whatever, they belongs to the owner. Okay, the owners have the right to use that information. So it is usually copyrights. So intellectual property deals with the rights of the persons or the rights of the people who are sharing the files or who are having the files. Okay, this IPR also give the owner the right to decide the price for doing exchanging, sharing, and distributing, etc. So IPR can be divided into three main groups. The first one is patent. When you invent something, suppose you are a scientist or a researcher working in some fields, you may invent something which is not yet discovered or which is not yet developed. So you can patent, and that things belongs to you. Nobody can copy or nobody can um, modify the things that you develop without your permission. That rights is known as IPR, intellectual property rights. Okay. Another thing is trademarks. Trademarks is usually related to logos or something like that. Uh, Microsoft have their own trademarks, and different companies have their own trademarks. And even car manufacturer Tesla and Tata, etc., they have their own logos and trademarks. Okay, that trademarks or logo belongs to them. We cannot use that logo for us like that. And another thing is copyright things. This copyright things is related to especially common in this written words. Suppose you are a poet or you are very expert in writing poems or something like that. So whatever you have written belongs to you. Intellectual property rights protected you. So that is a copyright. And another thing is that you are having very good camera, or your phone is with a very high pixel camera. You are taking photographs and sharing through the online or websites or Facebook or social media, whatever it may be, and you can put some copyright information in that photos. So if it is copyright, um, people cannot use without your permission. If they use, they are violating copyright law or IPR laws. That is known as IPR. Kaka kasoy fiat hiam dan chu ani a. Let me explain in Mizo for clarity, especially for the Mizo students. IPR kan ti chuan internet emo tunlai khovela kan thil nei thalak te thuziak te logo po khang zong zong kha anei tu ni na in pek na hi ani a mi in an lo copy thei lo nan ani an ti lui ni chuan dan an bo chia dan manga shrem thei an ni na khami dan kha IPR kan ti chu ani mai I hope it's clear, right? In Shatia, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. Why do we need IPR? And why protect IPR? Because IPR encourages individuals and business to create new software and new application, as well as improving existing applications. Okay, if you are a software engineer and if there is no IPR, whatever you develop can be modified or can be sold or can be um, copied by many people. So you do the hard work, but many people will use it freely. That that's why IPR is necessary. Okay, so it will encourage individuals and business to create new software and applications. Today, nowadays, mobile apps is very common. So IPR protects different apps. All right, and it also ensures new ideas and technologies are widely distributed. So when a new technology is invented and it is patented or it is copyright, other people will not try to invent that software and that things anymore. They will try to generate new ideas. Okay, so IPR encourages new ideas and technology like that, and it promotes investment in the national economy. Okay, so many companies and many business leaders usually invest money to new ideas and researcher because of IPR. What they want is IPR. The, so therefore IPR is necessary. I hope it's clear. Mizo tangin kan sali thok thok anga IPR hian software siam tu mimal emo company te po an software siam kha an mani ta ni dona sum donan an mang thei dona an mani ta na thadona ni ti an shia da wang khan IPR hian a protect ani IPR om lo in adu du in lo ti an du du in lo ti don ta se tu man an siam pe don lo chuan panihna chuan IPR hian new ideas le technology si aron ti tampa chan chu mi pakhatin thila lo mu chu to chuan khatiang kha mu chu kher lo khatiang ni lo thil dang mu chu tum na khan hemi new ideas tam tak kha aron generate ani apathum na chuan investment mi hausa le sumdong tam takin investment an ti thei pha ani IPR in IPR ni na chan nan khan sum tam tak kha an seng thina ni researcher te an roya chu tiang thil te mo chuak torin an mu chu huna khami company ta ani thei nan khan IPR hian a project vek ani therefore IPR is very important. So I prepare only two slides related to IPR. I hope it's clear. Now let's go to plagiarism. So plagiarism is stealing someone else's intellectual work or representing it as your own work without citing the source of information. Okay, uh, this is common, especially in research work. Some somebody find out something in other countries, so through the internet, the information can be collected easily. If someone use that findings or that articles as their own work without citing, without uh, mentioning the original authors or the original work, it is known as stealing. Stealing of information. It may be photograph also, not even written text. It may be photographs or it may be some diagram also. If they steal from some other person without mentioning the original author, it is known as plagiarism. This is a very bad practice. And copying copyrighted work without attribution or permission is which resulted in copyright infringement is also plagiarism. All right, so plagiarism should be avoided. And mizo trangin kan soi le lo kanga in shet fiam thei le zual nan um, mi thil ti sa kha nang ma ni ta anga in la a in mang ani chuan chu chu plagiarism ani dan bo chiat na ani a India a po hian hei hi thu nei tu te chuan an ho em ta a atlang pui thu in research work PhD work vela hian mi thi tli sa manga an ma ni ti anga khatia lan tir mi diagram draw sa kha mang ringot na an ma ni ti anga lan tir khang song kha plagiarism ani a dan kalani a university professor te po doctorate degree an mu theina plagiarism manga an lo mu ani chuan an riat chu hun a khan an doctorate ni na te kha an ti top saka an na atanga suspend hial te po an om ani USA po Japanese researcher pakhat kha mi thil mu su asa kha a modify ama mu chu angin a chu a ve ringota kha kha an chui chuak le sia chu chu an na tang po khan an ban pha an ban no rei lo te in ok lum nge nge khat kha pa pi kha chu khatian khani plagiarism kha. So in class 12 we are studying all these things because um, I think the syllabus want you to make aware of all these things. Okay, so it is also very, very important. The next one is how to avoid plagiarism. How can we avoid plagiarism? There are some steps or things which you can avoid plagiarism. The first one is giving credit whenever you use another person idea, opinion, or theory. So if you are going to use another person idea or something, you have to say that this person write like this, or this person say like that, or something like that. So you can give credit when you use some photos or when you use some diagram also. You can put the source, you can put the source, something like that. Okay, so using this you can avoid you can uh, avoid plagiarism. And another thing is giving credit whenever you use quotation or of another person actual spoken or written words. So if somebody said something in a conference or something like that, you want to use that in your work, or you want to use that in your book or something like that. This person said in that conference or something like that. You have to give credit. Okay, so that is the way to avoid plagiarism. Another one is giving credit whenever you use paraphrase of another person's spoken or written word. Paraphrase means the original text is rephrased or modified or rewrite. Okay, so when you are going to rewrite something, you have to or you have to give credit. So that is known as these are the three important steps in which you can avoid plagiarism. Okay? In Shetiam Kabese, atoizonga soichuan plagiarism avoid tura plagiarism titu tilau turchuan eng thu po lo mangla midang thil ti po lo mangla an phalna thlapa mang ini angaya chuan chu mai ba ka chu mi ta chu ka mangani ti i credit ipe ka ngai chu te ti chuan plagiarism kha avoid te ani. I hope it's clear. Let's go to the next slide. The next slide is about digital property. All right. So digital property refers to any information about you or created by you that exists in digital form, either online or on an electronic storage device. Okay. We are, as I told you, we are living in computer age or IT age. So whatever files or whatever things that is stored in online or electronic forms, that is digital property. For example, I hope all of you are using Facebook, Instagram, etc. Whatever photos you post which is taken by you is your own property. Okay, that is digital property. So it is also known as digital assets or digital estate. All right, so you choose one username. That username is your property. Nobody can use that username in that website or something like that. And for example, online accounts, emails, website, blogs, domain, software, etc. belongs to you, and it is the digital property. I hope it's clear. Digital property is to online na kan tilne. Di ba yan? Online mo pen drive upon ise external hard disk upon ise khang kan nei ho kha kay manita ani na kha digital property ani. And there are some threats to digital property, threats or danger to digital properties. The first one is digital software penetration tools. There are many penetration tools such as cracks, keysens, tools created by hackers that enable authorized users to freely use paid software. For example, there are one software which is developed by a company for 1 year or something like that. That software is very good and many people like it. So what the world is currently doing is that they will download the trial version or something like that. They will use keysens or tools and make it full version without buying that software. That is the threat to digital property. So it's a loss for the company created that software like that. For example, you shoot a very nice photo in Mizoram, you upload it in uh, websites or blogs or something like that. Without your permission, somebody may use it. That is also a threat to digital property. Another one is stealing or plagiarism codes of your digital property. Sometimes other developers somehow get source code and build their own version and then sell it as their own. This usually happens in big companies too. Um, Even Microsoft is also stealing somebody codes in Microsoft Office. Um, because of that, they are paying a heavy price in US federal court. Okay, that these are the two threats to digital property. Then how can we protect digital property? The first way to protect digital property is anti-tamper solution. There are many anti-tamper solution or software that can protect your digital property, which are usually tamper-proof. These tools are used to protect from hacking and reverse engineering. Reverse engineering means your software can be converted back into the source code using some reverse engineering tools. So there are anti-tamper solutions. And another one is legal clauses. Um, the court or the law enforcement agency must take steps to avoid pirated software or something like that. And code reuse. Limit sharing of the software code. You should share your software code only with trusted individuals who are part of the development team, or you should use digital rights management solution to protect your software. When you develop software or website or something like that, you should not share your software in order to protect your digital property. You should share to the trusted person only. All right. I hope you understand. So I have here one question. Can anybody respond? Plagiarism means A, B, C, D. A, using. B, stealing. C, copying. And D, representing. Which one is the right answer? Can anybody answer this?
C.
Which one?
C.
C or B or D?
B.
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 Okay, let's see whether it's correct or not. Yes, stealing means plagiarism. Okay, here I have another question. Digital property is also known as A, digital assets, B, digital estate, C, both, and D, none. Anybody can answer?
C.
C?
C. Both.
Yeah.
C. Both.
All right. Um, that's all for this lecture. Do you have any questions from my lecture?
No, sir.